So thinking of you're playing chords and whatnot and harmonizing. A way to kind of narrow it down a little bit is just to play a 1 chord and a 2 chord. And so if I'm in G, so if I start out simple with just root and third out of my 2/4 shape, 2 chord, which is Re and Fa, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Re, Fa. And so I'm just going to focus on a 1 chord and a 2 chord. I'm not going to worry about all the other chords, just 1, 2, maybe some hybrid picking. Then eventually add the 5th, 1, 3, 5. There's Sol in our 2/4 shape. Adding the 5th up here, because there's La, Re, Fa, La right here. Eventually adding the 7th. And just kind of not worrying about bars and beats and these kinds of things, but just a feeling, playing a feeling within those 2 chords. So just play it, it could be an A, be in B flat. But I would start in G, it's a good key to play in. Just 1 chord, 2 chord, 1 chord, 2 chord. Put some feeling to it. I'm obviously stuck on this one. But yeah, 1 chord, 2 chord, 1 chord, 2 chord. Know where the root, the 3rd and the 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, 1, flat 7, 3, 5, 1, flat 7, flat 3, 5. And eventually having a little more fun with it and playing Dorian on your 2 chord. And Dorian being, here's Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. But rather than playing that awkward shape, we put our index on the root, Re, Mi, we play Fa up here instead of right here. And then everything else is out of your index shape. Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Re. And so when you get to your 2 chord, by just getting the Dorian shape down, so play a chord and then the scale. And just kind of running that drill of playing the 1 chord, 2 chord, and then just run the scale. Maybe descend. Eventually, obviously, you don't play all of the scale and you just play parts of it. Whoops. And so you're just thinking of chord, chord, scale, and something to kind of get you started with is just ascending the scale, descending the scale, but then it's ascending or descending and not going all the way to the both, the 2nd octave. So you get, whoops. pick out little parts of it. And it's easy to just stay in a particular place and keep. Eventually you want to move around some more. So just play with that. You know, you can harmonize all the way, all that, and you can eventually just grow into a 3-chord. So, but narrow it down, play a 1-chord to a 2-chord. Get comfortable with that. Throw in some scale work on your 2-chord. And then eventually we'll get into the specifics of where to land when you're going from chord to chord. For instance, if I'm on the 2-chord and I know the 1-chord's coming, I can pick a chord tone of the 1-chord, like the 3rd, right there. That while I'm in Dorian, my target note is the 3rd here. So when I know I'm going to go back to the 1-chord, I land on the 3rd of it. Right there. So that, and you'll hear the change. When you have the bass line to accompaniment, you'll actually hear it and you'll realize why you would pick a chord tone of the next chord in your solo, because it's identifying the chord change so that people can hear it, and it gives you direction. It tells you where to go. If I'm on the 1-chord going to the 2-chord, and I know I'm going to the 2-chord, I can target the flat 3 of the 2-chord or fa while I'm on the 1-chord. And it could be as simple as just walking into it. So that in my phrasing, I make sure I land there, and then when I'm going back to a 1-chord, I know I'm going to land there. So I have to the 2-chord. Landing on the 3rd of the 1-chord. But don't want to get too deep into that yet. But to make things easy, just a 1-chord. And put some rhythm to it, and then just try to play around with Dorian by just ascending it, descending it. So it'll be a little bit of an introduction to Dorian, but let me know if you have any questions on Dorian. It's literally looking at your index shape, say you're in G, starting on Re, and rather than stopping on Do, going to Re, and putting 4 here instead of there, so that you get your minor pentatonic shape. And to all of that. But give that a try. Have fun.